It is time for the most beautiful race in the world. Welcome to Brescia, Italy for Mille Miglia. We're taking part in the Mille Miglia Experience, driving in my SLS AMG Black Series, a tribute to my last experience on the Mille Miglia, driving a gullwing, the iconic 300 SL, retracing the footsteps of Sir Stirling Moss and his all-time record from 1955. Well, we kick off here at the Museo Mille Miglia. Many of the classics have already got started, which we'll be doing very shortly. 20 others are revving up, raring to go in a moment. But ahead of us is a 1,000-mile journey of epic proportions through the Italian countryside, bringing you along through the scenic locations, the regularity stages, and checking out the cars along the way as we head from Brescia down to Rome and back to Brescia over the next few days. It's going to be the journey of a lifetime, and I'm bringing you along in the SLS. Let's do this. Hi guys, I'm Shmi. Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Mille Miglia. We have Porsches, we have Ferraris, we have gullwings. It was one of those I drove on the Mille back in 2018, and having driven the traditional heritage gullwing, it was only right to bring out the new gullwing, the Mobile, my SLS AMG Black Series, for this adventure. But we're starting here in the holding pen, all of the cars doing their final checks, their final preparation, before it's going to be time to head with this over to the start line. As we head up towards the start line, I think we need a bit of an explanation for what all of this is about. This is where 500 or so cars are all going to be driving up to cross the line just up the road ahead of us. Now, this is an event steeped in history. If you're not familiar with Mille Miglia, you've probably been living under a rock. I'm going to give you a 60-second low-down introduction to what all of this is about as the gullwings cruise past. So it's a race that ran from 1927 to 1957. I retraced those steps in the gullwing 6 years ago. Familiar from the late Sir Stirling Moss, his out-and-out record from 1955, averaging over 100 miles an hour throughout the entirety of the race. Sadly, in 1957, due to an accident, it was called off. It no longer took place. So the modern event is very much a tribute to where it all began, with so much else happening either side, around, intertwined with everything that you see all around us here. In fact, we're doing the Experience, which features some contemporary sports cars running alongside the classics, but very much competing, going through the stages, the time trials, the checkpoints, and everything that's going to be ahead of us. Now, over the years, I've filmed many Mille Miglia cars, from visiting the likes of the Museo Alfa Romeo and the dominant cars they had from the 30s, to even the very last winner, Ferrari's 315S from 1957, the last race that ever took place, which is at the Museo Enzo Ferrari in Maranello, Italy, to even some cars in private hands, the likes of the Low Collection in Germany, and also at the Simeone Foundation in Philadelphia in the United States. Needless to say, the atmosphere is buzzing though. There's a lot going on, and I can't wait to share with you what all of this is about. The cars gearing up, it's going to be a whole lot of fun ahead of us, and we're going to see a lot of very special cars. This is mega to see. Absolutely mega. So many cars, so much history. To skip through, stand here as some of the Ferraris pass us. Just take in the sounds and imagine being here and the smell of the petrol. We're in the queue and about to get started, but to get to this point, we had to make sure that everything was fully signed on. So upon arrival here in Brescia, we took the SLS to the Brescia Forum, which is where you do registration, all of your document checks, make sure that everything is properly signed and sealed. Then you get your sticker pack. We've applied them Team 801, the 800s of the Mille Miglia Experience. We're responsible for leading the pack, so I hope we're kind of going to get this right, but pop those on the car before going for the technical inspection, which is again where they check over the car, where they check through all of your paperwork, all of your documents, make sure that everything for the registration and for the insurance and all of that lines up correctly, before it was then time to drive into town to get ready for all of this and to head through the village. That's the really exciting part when you realize that you're here for Mille Miglia, all of the cars going through, the fanfare, the crowd. But I think we should go drive up. We should go get ready to start Mille Miglia 2024. We're pulling up to where it begins. In front of us is number 442, the last, and it's a 190 SL Roadster. This is where you get the book, where your first stamp is done. We're officially at 1458. It's currently 1456, do I see? Yes, as of right now, there's a time thing in front. And then there's the official start right up in front of that. So we get a card and you have to get it stamped for all sorts of different things. I'll explain more about that as we're going through this, because we're gonna learn it a little bit as well. It's been a long time. I'm a tiny bit underprepared, not gonna lie, but yeah, car in front of us is rolling forwards. It's about to be our turn to begin. Up we go. So we've still got about 20 seconds. We don't want to jump the gun too much. We've got to wait for them to stamp the book at 14:58, and when they've stamped it, they give it to us, and up we go ahead. I think. I hope we're right. Right, 14:58. Thank you very much. So here we go. This is it. Off we go. We've got the first stamp. I'm going to tuck that there for the moment, and we're heading up to the start line. We're heading up to the ramp. I hope we can get up that in a car as low as this, but we'll see exactly how that goes. Up we go. Here we are at the start. We've been waved under the flag, and we're safely down and out. So let's go into manual mode. It's slippy out there, but look at this. Look at the crowd that have braved today's rain, and there's been a lot of it. So I think we are basically following the race start in front of us. So we've got race end from the previous, then we've got race start. We've got a police car for the convoy because Italy, and that's where it gets really fun. Wait for the adventure ahead with the convoys. But in 1 kilometre, we're going to have our first regularity stage, and that's where it's going to be really quite a test, shall we say. This is a CT, where they give us a stamp. So hopefully, we'll get that ticked. Yes, right. Done, first CT. You join us now in Bergamo, outside of Milan, with our police convoy into the city. So not only do we have the Mille Miglia signs everywhere we go, and the police says, you know, to the biker to stop and let everybody through, but I mean, it's a private police escort to get us through the city. So you basically follow the red arrows. You'll see the next time we have a turning, there are red arrows everywhere, and the police just hold out their baton to effectively stop every car, to get us chaperoned through the city centre as fast as possible. Even when it comes to, God, those downshifts here, traffic lights, it's just kind of stop every car, we all squeeze through, and yeah, case in point, red arrows, policemen in the junction, round we go, catching up with some of the classics ahead. This car is sounding nuts. What a place. And I've actually got 2 AMG GTs behind me. I'm not sure if you can see much of those, not at all in the mirror, but there are 2 AMG GTs behind me on the other side. And yeah, feels very Mercedes on point right now. Following those arrows. Hey look, we've got a big tunnel coming up. I think we all know what that means. That means first gear, wait for it, wait for it. We've just had our next regularity here at the Guardia di Finanza Academy, which has been kind of fun. But now, I think we're back to the main road again. Back to continue the fun. This is the Mille Miglia route, where you go basically down the oncoming traffic. Squeezing round. Oh, fantastic. Well, the story of the last few hours hasn't been great. We are with 1 Mille car, which is nice, but that's basically what we've been faced with. I think we've spent the last 3 hours in traffic jams. We have a short stretch on the highway past Milan now, and even though it's gone 7 p.m, it's still rush hour / Mille traffic / a nightmare. The weather has turned nasty, but Mille cars arrive. This is the checkpoint in Navarro, not entirely sure where we are, but we're here at least, and that means coming to get the next stamp in our book. Yeah, this is a total disaster, but it is what it is, so we need to give this to them. This is the end of the stage for today. The car's coming through. We've just had the book stamped in the SLS Black Series. These guys are all coming through now. As you can see on the clock stand, it is 20:09. We came through at 20:07. We were supposed to be here at 20:03. Not too bad considering the traffic, although we did kind of cheat a little bit to bypass some of the route. What's going on there? Anyway, these guys all getting their stamp, getting their time. Onwards! It seems like a long time ago we were with this car on the start line. and a gullwing coming through. It's all about the gullwings today. All about the 300 SLs. It's also quite fun how they do this at all the marshal posts and make sure everything's done completely correctly. Good morning. We got here super late last night and we're currently in an underground garage because I want to show you some of what you don't see on a rally like this. Come round towards the back firstly, because every day we have to pack our luggage into the car. They do actually give us some lovely goodies, including some team numbered bags and things, but we've managed to get all of that in. That was step one. Step two, however, is the whole process to get the car into a tiny garage in the center of Turin. And as we pull this out, I'm going to show you exactly why that is a challenge in a car like this. But challenges are what it's all about. When you overcome them, they all come together. Yesterday was long and exhausting. We've had about 5 hours sleep and we're ready to go again. We need to get firstly over to the start point to get our first time checkpoint and explain more of this. Mille cars making their exit, some here in the garage, some over outside at different car parks. You start to see what I mean. Tight on the pillar and very tight around here. We might do it and stop. Needs a little reverse. Yeah, full lock that way. What a mad place to be. Now straight out. Bless my girlfriend for putting up with this. Not the easiest thing in the world to do. And the SLS emerges. Right, we're going to be setting off in a second. I should also add that apparently we went through 40,000 kilometers yesterday, but we're in Turin. Let's go get to the start. This is what's so cool. We've arrived at the start location. Look at the car park around me, the sights and sounds of all of this. Then just up here is the start of today's journey. And I am clearly sleep deprived because I'm struggling to find the right words. But nonetheless, this is pretty insane. It's an early start, it's a long drive. Today we go down to Via Reggio. We've got a few things along the way to talk about, but I would say that this is pretty awesome. I just really like how self-organizing all of this is. Look at the numbers, you know, 387, 88, 89, 90's missing, so 91's pulled over, 92, 93, 94, 95. Everybody just kind of turns up and makes it work. All of the cars getting here in the right order, 417, 432, oh, 332 coming through. That's definitely been running a little bit behind schedule. That happens, you know, cars, these things, they have problems to deal with each night. 438 had some stuff last night on the road that they were struggling with. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful cars all around us here. It's our time, 9:28, up we go. So that means we should get a timestamp card, I hope. That's normally the objective. This is our time card, let's go, 2 hours 20 to the next. Off we head, let's go find our police escort, convoy, everything that we've got for now. And yeah, we go, day 2 Mille Miglia, it's time. We are rejoining a little bit further down. Oh, we've got somebody coming past. This is exactly what happens. The order is sorting itself out, our friends in 438, but this is the first time control of the day to make sure you arrive here at exactly the right time. And we are here, yeah, we've got about 3 or 4 minutes, so this is going to plan, you could say, at this stage. The regularity stage earlier didn't entirely go to plan. It started well and then it went very pear-shaped, but better things this afternoon. Better things as we go from here. The funny thing with this is that streets like these were not made in the era of cars like this. So coming up here in a tiny classic is easy peasy. Coming up here in a car like this is a little bit sketchy. This is now in the average speed check. You've got to see where we're driving though, because, well, that's not normal. But what we have to do here is maintain an average of 31 kilometers per hour for about 9 minutes. So we've got an app to slightly cheat and slightly help with this, but I'm basically a little bit using cruise control, but a little bit kind of overriding it, because I know obviously when you're going downhill like this, it loses its bearings. And this is one of those 4 different categories of time trial. I hope we get it right, because we got the last one really wrong. The goal, of course, is to keep that as close to 000 as possible. There we go, green. To be green still after so many minutes, that's what we want. We have gull wings new and old as we drive with the 300 SL here. Lovely, lovely, lovely thing. Very, 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 very nice. There's a good army of them out, obviously, on the rally. Given the history, given the support from Mercedes-Benz Heritage as well. The factory, classic and museum effectively also supporting the Mille Miglia and everything to do with it. Oh, it's absolute chaos. We are approaching the port of Genoa. This is cruise ship terminal, ferries and all sorts. And I guess we're not too far away from where our checkpoint's going to be, but the buildings up on the hills look quite amazing from here. Just a shame we've hit another little bit of traffic. There's been a lot of that the last 36 hours. Well, as you can imagine, it's absolute carnage here. A lot of cars, not a lot of space, and yeah, it's all a little bit trying to work out where to go, but hopefully in a second we'll be able to pull through and go onwards to, well, the lunch checkpoint stuff, which is down there somewhere. A little bit of a lunch stop then, in a spectacular venue, as the cars roll on by. I mean, this is just such a cool atmosphere. This is everybody who's right in front of us. You can tell when number 440 goes that it's going to be time for us to head in a second. So we should probably do that. Hop back in the SLS, go get our timestamp for today, and then we will blast onwards to Viareggio. It's Mr. Sentiolini. That is a Fiat 1100 Pininfarina Coupe with 70 horsepower. So we have about 10 times as much. He's running in the Classics, and we're going to try and follow through. There should be a stamp point up here somewhere. That thing is a racket. The sound. Okay, we're just going around all the speed bumps, but it works. Well, thanks to the power of feet, considering there's traffic here, we have been up, got the stamp, handed in our card, and that wraps up today. We go again. Today we're heading down to Rome, and I tell you what, as places to begin, this is quite something. Welcome to the, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, Cittadella del Carnevale. This is clearly where the carnival equipment is stored, and this is where, because we're a little bit earlier for our slot today, all of the 300 SLs, the big pack of cars, especially the cars with Mercedes-Benz heritage, who run this operation that I did 6 years ago, these are all going now. Unfortunately, 345, which is one of the cars I really wanted to see, Sir Stirling Moss's former car, doesn't appear to still be with us. So we haven't been able to catch that one this morning at least. Maybe it's gone early, maybe it's gone late, maybe it's having some work done. We saw it at the side of the road a little bit earlier on. But anyway, this is pretty amazing. And that, I want to add, is the car that I drove 6 years ago on the Mille Miglia. We were 357 and it's back. It's back again, which is super cool. I love seeing this. Today, we're going to be checking out some more of the stages along the route. Hey. Everybody ready and raring to go to get today's long leg down to Roma underway. We're now up to the low 400s, and that means shortly it's SLS time, and you'll notice this is now significantly cleaner than it was yesterday, thanks to Ross Car Detail, who here in Viareggio kindly gave my car a wash down last night after some of the bad weather we had earlier on, and it is looking good for the drive ahead of us. I want to explain all of this today because it's actually quite complicated. So this is the route book, and these are the various different regularity stages that we have on today's drive. So to go through these quickly, you have a series of time controls, passage controls, average trials, and time trials, and I'll explain each one when we get to them. But it's all about scoring points, minimizing penalty points as we make our way. Now, 442 is lined up over there, which means we are going to go and join the back of that queue and get ready for the first one of these, which is the first time control of today over here, where you depart at the exact time that you are supposed to. Wow. For this then, our start time today, 08:43, which is coming up in about 20 seconds. So we will roll forwards and go get ready for this, but you don't want to go too early, because if we go too early, then we're going to get in trouble. So we've got to wait another 15 seconds, 10 seconds. Because if you arrive too early and they stamp it for the wrong time, we're doomed. So, 8:43, we have 8:43, right. This is our card for the day. These are the CTs that we have on the back, but we are good to go. We're now in Lucca for the second of these 4 tests. This is the PC, or the time trial. Now, this is where you have pipes on the ground and a series of different sections where you have to maintain an average speed over that distance. It's time to shine, so rolling up to the first pipe on the ground. This begins the 20. So here we go. We've got the equipment running. So as we showed you earlier, this is going to give me a little bit of a countdown as we get close. And that's what it's all about. kind of trial and error. I think I'm a touch too fast.
You're good on time. 9 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Slightly too late.
20 kilometers per hour for 80 meters.
Oh, this is tricky around the tight corner.
Too slow. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was good. That was good.
23 kilometers per hour for 110 meters.
Something's gone wrong. We're wrong. We're wrong. Oh, we're completely lost. I don't know what speed I'm aiming for here. I don't know what number this is. All I know is that didn't even start beeping, which means we've got this completely wrong. This is the last one, so it should be at 24. It's not even beeping at me. It's not giving me a countdown. I don't know what to say. That didn't work. We do, however, roll straight into the third, which is a CT. This is where the card has to go out and get a stamp, as you've seen before. Then, to show this, we have the stamp. 4 of those today. So, CT obtained, and around we go. The scores are in from that run. Interestingly, the first leg, we did pretty well. The second one, we were 100th off and scored 395 points. Third one, average. Fourth one, skin of our teeth. Fifth and sixth, 0 points. 0 points. We kind of messed it up, as we know, but we do have more opportunities. However, the fact that we got 395 points on one section puts us actually in a pretty strong position overall. We arrive at the next time control, the next CO, exactly on time, because we got here a little bit early, so we've got about a minute to wait. The clock in front of us seems to be misbehaving, but we need to be here at 12:13, which it is now 12:13. Do we have it right? Do we have 12:13 before we go anywhere? Yes, we have 12:13. Cool. Onwards. Take 2. The next PC. Right. We've got a long one now. 10 different parts to it. But let's begin. My GPS speed is all over the shop, so that's pretty useless right now. But we'll try to keep 28. This is a little bit faster than the earlier one. So, let's say wish us luck. I'm going to just try and keep this speed.
4, 3, 2, 1.
It's a bit late on that. Okay, so this one is 32.
For 530 meters.
That's quite a long time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Now we're on a 36.
For 320 meters.
Tell you what, it's harder when you're going faster.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it.
Well, at least we, timing-wise, had a bit of an idea for each one. We now roll up to a PM, which is an average speed, and this one is 39 kilometers. So I need to maintain 39 kilometers an hour as close to consistently as I can. So we've got the delta, but the hard bit with this is that we've got corners, we've got elevation, and we've got who knows what other obstacles coming up, and I just need to keep it as close as I can to that number. The other thing with this is it's over 8 kilometers. This is 8.37 kilometers maintaining this speed. I hope I'm going to do all right. Dropped a little bit behind, so I need to speed it up just a touch to get it back on the right speed. Well, I think we reached the end. Not entirely sure, because there wasn't actually a finish line. So, not sure how that worked. We're definitely on the right route though. Just check the route map and that's all looking correct. But now business as usual, and we just hope that's going to be some points. Up there you see a lot of police lights and organiser car 0, I think, leading the pack, McLaren Artura, because we've skipped kind of to the front, and this is the arrival of the very front Mille cars, and we're about to have another police escort as well from here into Rome. But this is it. These are the front cars. This is actually really exciting because we've seen so little of them, and now they're coming past here. Look at this. Look at this, a blast back to the late 20s and 30s. That's really cool. Car 5, car 3, car 7. Wow, in the sunshine, look at these. Throwing it back in style. Oh, I'm kind of sad that we don't actually see more of that during the rally. They're all off, so I think we need to be off as well. I should really have just jumped in my car, but I need to see this. I need to see these. Look at this. Look at these on the road. The sound, the smell. This is mega. It seems that we've now got an entire second convoy coming past, which is quite funny because they're now on the tail of the front convoy. Which is really kind of cool, but I'm not entirely sure what their plans with this are, other than the fact that I'm quite happy to go chill and just enjoy the sights and sounds. I love that. It's so cool to see these guys. It's hard to describe the chaos coming into Rome, and I don't know what that is either, that we're just behind right now. But anyway, my point was gonna be that this is a madhouse. Cars in every direction. Should we go around? Maybe we go around a bit. We're doing it. Oh my gosh. Absolute chaos. But we found our police guy. This is our policeman. So we're sticking with him. Where he goes, we go. Right, here we are. Heading through. This is quite surreal to be driving this side to the finish line of today's stage. Technically, we go straight through, I think, because we have handed in our route card for the day. Look how busy this is here. Madness. This is the southern end. We are here in Rome. This is mad. This has been absolutely mad. What a place. Good morning. We've departed from Rome and we are now exploring Italian countryside like this. In front of us, the lovely off-white gullwing. In front of that, can't quite tell at the moment, but we are heading through some amazing roads, some amazing scenery with the feeling of Sir Stirling Moss back in 1955 in his 300 SLR, now with the 300 SL, with my gullwing. If you think about how all of this links and rewinds, if it wasn't for those cars, if it wasn't for racing back at the time, and it's often not spoken about, but back in 1955, as well as Stirling Moss winning outright, the gullwing actually won its class as well in the same race. And if that didn't exist, we wouldn't have the modern car, we wouldn't have the SLS right now. If this didn't exist, we wouldn't have the AMG GT. There's so much that all links together, that all comes together, and that's why, for me, bringing this car here, I mean, a whole host of the things. It's a left-hand drive car as well. The fact that it has this story, the fact that I hadn't driven it for a while recently, it was like a no-brainer that I had to get the SLS out to come and do this, and to be driving on roads like this, and, you know, looking around at the scenery, the views, and enjoying the sound of that engine. This is so epic. This is cool. Check that out. We've got the drums and everything. Wow. Everywhere you go, it's like this. Everywhere. Just a whole lot of excitement and just the vibe. People presenting to the crowds. Right, where did the gullwing go? We need to play catch up. Down there. Now this is paradise again. Following a 300 SL gullwing. He's got drum brakes, so he needs to be a little bit careful going downhill here. But still, over 200 horsepower in that. Obviously weighs very little. Just look at the way it moves on the ground. This is so cool. Look at this, Porsche, Ferrari, Mercedes up the hill. This is the stuff of legends. You might be wondering why the SLS looks kind of like this. It's It's dusty. Dusty is an understatement. That's because we just had a time trial on a dirt road, which was a whole lot of fun. But I want to bring you through this way in the car park we're at today, because through here is the car that I've been hoping we would eventually find. The number 345 ex Stirling Moss 300 SL. That was Stirling's personal car. A man who for Mercedes-Benz was so important. A man who for motorsport was so important. A man who, well, I think without doubt the greatest driver ever who isn't an F1 world champion, but had so many successes to his name. And that was his personal 300 SL Gullwing, sandwiched between the two others right here as well, which is really quite something. And I guess these guys are going to be off again soon, the current owner driving it on this rally. I'm glad we found that. That was kind of my mission. And on today of all days, when I'm talking about the history of the SLS Black Series and why it exists, and it's all here, it's all coming together. It's so amazing today. We've skipped ahead, and rather than going straight to Bologna, we have come to the top of Passo della Raticosa. Now, we're parked pretty much exactly where we were with a 296 GTS on the Ferrari Media Drive, the first time I ever drove one of those. And as you can see, there are a ton of people up here awaiting the arrival of not only the Mille Classics, but before that, the Ferrari Tribute. Now, running ahead of all of the Mille Miglia is the official Ferrari Tribute event with over 100 Ferraris, and they're about to come flying through here. And maybe that's one to do in the future, but for now, we're talking LaFerrari SP2, TDFs, 812 comps, tons of epic cars, and we're going to see some of them coming through here very shortly. Then up here, Mille Miglia direction sign. On this sign, check this out, that is the sticker we put up here about, what, nearly 2 years ago, and it's still there up on the sign, and it's very windy, so apologies for that. The hills are alive with the sound of Ferraris, which probably means around this corner in a second, there come the pace cars. Wait for the pace cars. Somebody's standing in the middle of the road. We've got the Dinos, they go in reverse age order, obviously mixing up during the day. 246 Dino, 501. Oh, this is cool. Testarossa 430 Scuderia coming through. There are 110 Ferraris on the Tribute this year. Got the 458 Italia, 458 Speciale, 458 Speciale Aperta. Nice. Then we've got the R8 McLaren F-Type and some more gate crashes. More Ferraris inbound. Love it. Speciale Aperta around the corner. Oh, check that out, Dino. Followed by 509 GTO. Monza SP2. Stunning. Oh, they've actually come to a stop up there. Wait for the sound of this V12. No, not that. That one. The 812 Competizione. The 812s. Oh, F-Dog TDF. Oh, that's lovely. That's nice. 812. Special Pista Spider Competizione. GTS. We've got the Lusso. We've got another Pista. Oh, that's really nice as well. Azzurro California F-Dog TDF. Lovely. Bang on cue. Tice Timmermans 812 comp. There it is. Ferrari Enzo. How cool is that? Sound of that engine. It would be criminal of me not to at least share a little bit of this road with you, because honestly, coming through here, the way this tarmac sweeps back and forth, this is one of the best roads in Italy. Not too far from Bologna or even Maranello, Motor Valley, everything going on, and a pretty much consistent mainstay of the Mille Miglia route for good reason. Because look at this, snakes through the trees. I'm not sure if at any point we catch a view out to the right. We've got the whole valley through the trees as well. Occasionally you get a nice view through. But this is beautiful to drive. Absolutely lovely. It's hard to believe this is the last day. We're headed to the finish line in Brescia. All of the cars, as always, we've become very accustomed to this, but I can't quite put into words the reality of seeing all of this together. Last night was a late one, lots going on that put us a bit behind schedule, but we're here, the SLS Black Series ready to rock and roll. This is gonna be it. This is gonna be it, the last run from here to the finish line. It's funny to say it, but every day coming out to this, obviously all the gull wings, as I've spoken more than enough about, all of this type of stuff, just the epitome of cool. We've had our first time trial of the day. It nearly went very wrong, but look at this. We've refound the 300 SL from yesterday, who has joined our police officer. We've had an escort from the same police car the entire way through, which has been quite fun actually. And we're making some swift progress, thanks to some constructive use of lanes that we have here. But it works. Where there's a will, there's a way. How cool is Mille Miglia? This is the last day. This is the way back towards Brescia. We are loving it as we exit from Ferrari, where we were just now. That was an amazing reception actually here. And yeah, onwards. The gullwings are doing their gullwing thing. How cool is this? The one that I drove next to the one that we were talking about yesterday. Absolutely love it. The carnage, the way it all comes together somehow. This just about works out at the checkpoint. And yeah, we have caused pandemonium. Look at this, going, 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 my gullwing. Is there another gullwing next to mine? Yes, love it. Check this out. The Automobile Club Verona putting this on in style. Wow, look at that. That's very cool. We've got our stamp. Book us back. There's a lot of them today, but making some progress. On we go. This, however, is moderately terrifying. Oh my gosh. That is narrow. Scary narrow. Through the castle gates. And out we go. The places this takes us. What on earth? That's super, super crazy. Oh, look at all of these. Look at all the old 500s and Abarths on the side. Love it. Right, let's give it the beans. Following 429, 438 coming towards us. We've got a stamp point somewhere just up ahead. Today is the day of the passage controls, basically making sure you take the right route and getting a ton of stamps at once. Another spot at a castle. Castle literally overlooking the lake. It's so fun how excited everyone gets. Hey, how are you doing? Good, thank you. Thanks. But yeah, number 16 of the whole thing. Get this passed over. Ooh, getting very tired. We're nearly there though. We are nearly there. Grazie. Right, off we go again. It's quite fun going up past the lake, the water. Obviously a lot of tourists and things in this area. And a lot of very nice old Italian towns to drive through. Let's get the stamp. This is the way to the last checkpoint. In fact, CT19 here in Salo. Hey, how you doing? This is literally the last one. Up here somewhere. And we're following the gullwing again, which is great. I'm not going to rev it here though, because we're right beside people having lunch and whatnot, and that wouldn't be very pleasant. Finish, Billy!
No, wait, you gotta drink. You gotta drink a little bit.
Grazie, thank you. Thank you.
No problem. Oh, yes, please. Lovely. Thank you very much. We're doing strawberries in here. Grazie. This is it, the last stamp, the last checkpoint. How cool is that? Grazie. Look at this. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. Oh, the atmosphere here is amazing. We're back in Brescia, and on the right, just here, is where we've actually been multiple times for Cars and Coffee at the hotel there, which is very glamorous. But we are heading on this final, like, 1 or 2 kilometers from here into town to complete our 1,000 miles. We drive past the Museo Mille Miglia. Feels like a very long time ago that we began right there. But now we're on our way to the final ramp. This is the last stretch, the last leg, last stage of this year's Mille in the SLS Black Series. Nice little gift as we arrive at the finish line. We're going to close that for the moment though, figure somewhere safe to put it here, because we need to go straight across the line. This is it, we go up. They get a little trophy. I think we might be in line for a little trophy as well, which is kind of fun. But this is where we began. This is now the finish line as well. That's kind of crazy to think about, really. What an incredible journey that has been. And yeah, here we go. Up we roll. The finish line flag is being waved. The flag is being waved.
Welcome back.
Oh wow. Hi. How cool is that?
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
This was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
What an exceptional time.
This is here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Welcome.
you. Thank you for everything. Absolutely amazing. Wow. Oh, we're going to grab those as well. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Wow. Off we go. Well, check that out. We came second in the Mille Miglia Experience. We have a trophy that will be adorning the shelves at the Museum and the medal for completing the Mille Miglia, which will join the ones that I have from the past as well. Wow. I mean, here we are, just wow, wow, honestly, wow. Well, that brings us to the end of the 2024 Mille Miglia. This is where it wraps up, back in Brescia, over 1,000 miles more in the SLS, and what an epic journey it has been. I think without a doubt, the right car for the purpose, huge compared to some of the classics, the likes of the Fiat just coming past us now, which makes it a very different experience. The idea in my mind was that having driven in a 300 SL, it must be super easy to do this in a modern car, right? But the reality is it keeps you even more on your toes because it's so much bigger from some of the places that you go through and the type of driving and the fun that you're having. But with the history, and you know, this thing is basically a classic now, right? It's 10 years old, it's over 10 years old. February 2014, my car was first registered and it was launched a year or two before that even. The SLS, gullwing doors, the whole story, Sir Stirling Moss, driving here at the Mille Miglia. It's been a journey that's taken us through beautiful scenery. It is literally the most beautiful race in the world, without doubt. As rallies go, to have all of these challenges, and we've done our best at the time trials. We've been to get all of the stamps, all of the checkpoints, all of the right time slots, and we've made great friends along the way. And I want to say again a thank you to the whole team, to Mille Miglia, to the Mille Miglia Experience, because there are very few words to describe what the whole thing is like. And you know, as we pack up here and we prepare to bring things to an end back here in Brescia, that is a Schmeemobile I'm really quite proud of. To have driven in the SLS Black Series, the fun that we've had, the journeys, ticking the boxes, just enjoying it. It needs a proper clean. It might need an update of the things that need to be fixed, because there are definitely a few of them when it comes to this. But we built the best of memories. We made some great friends and we've had an awesome time. Mille Miglia. There's nothing like it, whether it's in a classic, whether it's joining the Mille Miglia Experience, whether it's driving the Ferrari Tribute or whatever else it might be. This is something completely unique, and I thoroughly recommend, if you'd like the experience of Mille, if you'd like to be surrounded by the classics, join the Mille Miglia Experience. Come drive as we have just done. Yeah, everybody preparing to head off to go for the celebratory parades around town. And hey, who can blame them? When you've made it here, that's a mission in its own right. That's something to celebrate, that's a success. So for us, it's time to head onwards. Thanks to you for watching, I really appreciate your support. But that's it for this time, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.